So first of all, we'd like to present you the roadmap for this year. Okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Let's go through what we saw in Tarkov TV. So we have got the preliminary roadmap for Escape from Tarkov in 2025. The next patch that is coming in is 0.16.6. That is coming in next month. That is May 2025. We are going to get a lighthouse optimization, customs visual improvements, cumulative fixes, adjustments to AI behavior, balancing changes and improvements, shoreline audio improvements, fixes to missing third-person sounds of armor and helmet impacts, and an in-game event. The Tarkov community website has been looked into a lot, and what is being introduced because of that, and I'll show you that later on in this video, is highlighted expiring items on the insurance collection screen, auto restart for failed tasks, so stuff like Psycho Sniper in the guide, it will automatically restart. You do not have to now go back in, or you will not rather have to go back in and redo that. The ability to buy all items needed for crafting recipes straight from your hideout, which is a great quality of life change, and the activation of map transition by holding a keybind. So no more accidentally pressing interact and having to transfer to another map. The next patch, which is going to be 0.16.7, which is June 2025, we are going to get a reserve optimization, more fixes, more adjustments to AI, balancing changes and improvements. The summer weather season will be coming in June. Audio engine improvements, obstacle processing algorithm improvements for better audio occlusion performances. There is also going to be introduced in the next patch a warning before starting a raid with task items in your inventory, so no more forgetting that you have got documents, going into another raid, dying, and then having to do that quest again. Improvements to the stash auto sort, the ability to check in-game time in raid, reduce flashlight glare when wearing glasses, the auto purchase of missing currency while buying items, again that is a huge quality of life change. Task sorting improvements and highlighted attachments available from traders when building a weapon. Patch 16.8, which is going to have shoreline optimization, ground zero optimization, some more fixes, third-person gunshot sound rework, and an in-game event. Moving on to patch 16.9, which is going to be in August 2025. Interchange optimization and an expansion, a large in-game event, cumulative fixes, and a list of quality of life and balancing changes based on, again, the Tarkov community website. If you are not using that, then please do. If you have got ideas that you think need to be implemented, put them on the website. Check it out. It's well worth looking at. And then the biggest part of this is that Escape from Tarkov will be released version 1.0 in 2025. From what Nikita said in the pod update, there won't be a wipe until the game comes out. However, I feel like if it does need to get pushed back for whatever reason, it's just not ready, then there potentially will be a short wipe in between patch 16.9 and the release of 1.0. I'm really excited. We got to have a look at some of the examples. So the ability to buy items from the flea market, being able to purchase that from areas in your hideout is a huge change. Also being able to buy money from Skier or the traders if you need to buy items for dollars, for example, or euros. Again, a lovely quality of life change. And items that are going to expire quicker than other items are going to be highlighted, so you don't need to try and worry and work that out. Those items that are going to be expiring from your insurance or quest completion results are going to be highlighted individually. Again, we've got the photos and the screenshots of items, task items in your inventory, and that warning is going to allow you to transfer in from the map selection. Again, a lovely quality of life change, and the ability to prioritize, highlight the tasks that you are focusing on. So for those of you that want to speedrun Kappa, it's going to be beautiful for you to be able to do that. You're going to be able to highlight the quests that you need to do to get Kappa and basically ignore the other ones. Wonderful, wonderful change. We've also got some new animations for the AK. Nikita was saying that the AK platforms are some of the oldest model designs that they've got in the game still, so they've rebuilt those. The fixing malfunctions, the reloading, it looks like you're now going to be able to chamber assault rifle rounds without having a magazine in them as well, which is nice. I know that some guns you can do that in Tarkov, other guns you can't because the round basically just drops out the bottom if there's no mag. And the new animations look very cool. And we have got extra options for the AK platforms in terms of building. You can change the grips, the foregrips in different options, different ways, different gas blocks you can put in. The upper and lower handguards are now separate rather than just one part, which means you can change bits and pieces over depending on preference, price, etc. So a lot more variation on the AK platforms, and considering it is such a versatile platform system, then that is a huge change. New animations for the M4, the clearing of the jams, and inspecting the weapons for the M4 and the AR-15 platforms is a really, really nice change as well. They really look smooth. And I think this is one of the things that Battlestate do well, is these animations, the immersion, and these like little pieces of attention to detail. We also got to see some video footage of Terminal. Now, again, not 100% sure whether this is just going to be PvE, but from what has been said, it is just going to be a PvE map. So potentially this is going to be, considering its endgame full of raiders, or there's going to be a specific boss there. We don't know, but the map looks wicked. Lots of verticality, lots of space, and it looks like you are going to be extracting and finally escaping from Tarkov on that massive hovercraft. Not only did we get the AK-50, but we also got the lever action rifle, which people have been talking about for a while, and it honestly sounds and looks gorgeous. Catch me running around in a cargo hat doing my best impression of being in the Wild West with the revolver and the repeater and missing every shot as I usually do. But that looks awesome. We also got to see the AK-50, which looks honestly brilliant. We've got some new skins and some new bags, armored rigs, and camo outfits. We now have the Gopnik Addic camo outfit, which is going to look sick. I'm buying that as quickly as possible. And we've got the new PMC skin, which has got a completely new face and seems battered and bruised. He's bandaged up. He's obviously had a bit of a bad time. He's clearly my PMC. And yeah, some hideout upgrades. We've got the drippiest gamma container, the Louis Vuitton gamma container, which looks hilarious. And new examples of the prestige dog tags as well. They look really cool, and I'm looking forward to seeing potentially what you are going to unlock and the rewards you are going to unlock for those different prestiges. I'm potentially hoping that the new PMC characters are going to be potentially just unlocked through prestige. It's going to give something for people to grind for and work on. So I'm hoping that those are going to be kind of rewards for those, or different clothing items, etc., etc. We're not too sure. But what do we think? Let me know down in the comments, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.